Hello and welcome everyone to the Your Waifu Is Trash Podcast, the show where we decide whether or not your waifu is trash using 5 different categories: appearance, personality, abilities, role, and most importantly, fetish potential. I'm Christian and I'm here with my brother David.
Hey.
And I don't think this episode is going to get many views.
Probably not.
Because nobody played Lammy.
Well, it was a little bit popular at the time. It wasn't super popular, but the Parappa games were big enough that Lammy kind of developed a cult following.
Yeah, it definitely has a cult following. I wouldn't say it has much of a following like you said, Parappa the Rapper, which is still pretty prominent in modern day gaming. Everyone kind of knows him. Everyone's got a nostalgia.
He was in PlayStation All-Stars.
Yeah, at least he was in PlayStation All-Stars. I don't even think Lammy got an assist trophy or anything like that.
Lammy is lost in time.
Not as lost as Guitar Man, though.
Guitar Man is kind of known for being like a legendary, really hard to find, really expensive retro game.
One of my favorite games of all time, my favorite rhythm game of all time, besides Elite Beat Agents, which holds a very, very special place in my heart. But yeah, rhythm games, I love them. And Lammy it's one of my favorites because it is so fucking weird and just crazy, but it is so goddamn difficult, it's hard to even get past that first level.
Lammy is an experience of a game. Not a lot of people will understand exactly what it is until they play it. You can try to describe Lammy, but it is so trippy, and the story goes in so many weird directions. Even the sound design just sounds so strange to the ear.
Yeah, even to the voice acting.
Yeah, the voice acting is much like how you just pronounce voice acting. There's a lot of strange inflections, and the delivery it has that, 90s, we're converting this to like 4 different languages, so we really don't know what we're doing. Stuff is getting lost in translation. It's just so odd.
Not to mention the developers themselves. Do you know the name of the company that makes these games?
Namco.
I thought it was some weird indie company, but whoever is directing Parappa, Guitar Man, Jammer Lammy, all 3 of them have really weird deliveries with the dialogue and just really weird art styles in general.
Yeah.
I would say the most toned down one is probably Guitar Man, and even then, that game's super fucking weird.
That game's pretty crazy, but it still had a story that was kind of anime-ish.
Yeah.
Parappa
you could
the
follow
Rapper
it.
And Jammer Lammy, you almost can't follow anything.
Especially, now I haven't seen much of Parappa the Rapper, but Lammy is near impossible to follow.
Yeah, it's like stream of consciousness.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird.
I have my own theory about what the story is about, and I'll get into that a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's hard to really connect all the pieces in Jammer Lammy, and some would say that's bad storytelling, but I think if you look at it as dream logic,
yeah, it's definitely going by some sort of logic that we can't understand.
I think you can understand it if you just try to look at everything as a metaphor, Yeah,
that makes sense.
My theory is a little out there, it's a little crazy, but I'm going to tell you by the end of it.
I'll tell you right now, I got no theories. I'm just here to talk about Lammy.
Let's talk about Lammy.
I like Lammy a lot. I feel like in this crazy fucking mess of a story, Lammy's personality type and the way she handles things, and especially her voice actress, the way everything's delivered just fits with the fucking crazy shit that's going on. I feel like she's the perfect, I don't want to say neutral, character, because she's not really neutral, but
she allows you to self-insert as her.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, that you can kind of self-insert as her, but at the same time, she has enough character to, be defined.
She's not a silent JRPG protagonist.
Yeah. And let me just say, I think her color design is a little genius, because throughout Jammer Lammy, there are lots of like yellows and blues and crazy colors all over.
It's a kaleidoscope of color.
Just pure insanity, LSD trip of color. But not one character, not one other object in the game, as far as I remember. I might just be remembering this totally wrong.
It's been a few years since we really got into the game.
Yeah, we beat it like 2-3 years ago, and we played it again like last week.
Yeah, but we only played the first level because Jammer Lammy is a fucking hard game.
Super fucking hard. Like,
your timing has to be impeccable.
Not only impeccable, but it's hard to even tell what you're even trying to get the timing for. Like, are you waiting for the rhythm, or are you trying to hit what the screen's telling you to do?
It's a little bit of both. If anything is accurate about Jammer Lammy, it's the fact that they take music as more of a thing that you feel than something that you rigidly have to get perfect. There's a bit of a soloist aspect to the gameplay.
Yeah, there definitely is sort of a thing where you're kind of making your own solos as the song goes on, but I'm so scared to fuck up because it's such a hard game, and getting further into a song is really scary because if you mess up, you got to do it all over again, and it's really hard to do levels over and over again because I don't really know what I'm doing.
It's a hard game, but it is satisfying once it finally clicks with you and you're able to get through a song without that quacking noise in the background.
But yeah, I was saying I really like her color design because everything in the game is crazy colors all over the place, and there are reds throughout the game, but nobody has the kind of magenta-y kind of sunburned kind of red color that Lammy has. She has a very distinct shade of red used throughout her design, and she stands out really well against everyone else.
Totally. I like the bubblegum punk look.
I do too.
You don't see it very often, but she's able to be cute while still maintaining like a punk rock vibe. I love that.
Yeah, she's design is super cute, like underrated as hell. Because really everyone likes Parappa the Rapper because he's cute and cool and stuff, and Lammy's design is extremely underrated for what it is. I know the game not really a lot of people played it and it wasn't very popular, but her design is obviously really good because there are people out there making some sick fucking Jammer Lammy fan art. There's some amazing fan art out there. In fact, I'd argue that she looks better in pretty much most of the fan art and like box covers and stuff than she does in the actual game.
I will say Jammer Lammy tends to have better fan art than most fan bases generate. I don't know if that means anything, but
I think you have to be cool to like Jammer Lammy.
Kinda,
yeah. You drew some really cool Lammy fan art once, right?
Actually, what I did, I introduced you to Jammer Lammy when you were like, I want to say 9, maybe 10.
What?
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
I don't remember this.
It was quite a while ago. And you had drawn some fan art of her.
No way.
And what I did was I drew over your fan art.
Oh, dude, no.
And I just gave it a little bit of my artistic pizzazz.
I was like 15, 16 when this happened.
Really? I thought you were younger.
No, I was not a child. I found Lammy when I found it.
I mean, you're 18 now. It was definitely more than 3 years ago.
Okay, I would say I was at least 13. Whenever we first discovered the game, this happened. I totally forgot that you did that. That was cool.
Yeah.
Dude,
I think it came out pretty cool.
If you can
it's
find
not the best drawing. Maybe if I can find it, I'll use it as our thumbnail.
Yeah, if you can find it, totally make that the thumbnail. That'd be awesome. No promises, but...
Yeah, no promises. I like that her design is unique yet grounded. She's kind of like a normal girl. She's an animal. She's a lamb. I don't know if we mentioned this, but our first furry character on the podcast. But the animal aspects are so subtle that you could probably get away with thinking she was just a oddly designed human.
That's what I thought at first. I see they don't outright tell you that she's a lamb, which first of all, lamb.
She doesn't look like a lamb.
Fucking lamb rep, dude. Who else reps the lamb with their main fucking character?
Yeah,
everyone's always like, here's the snake guy or the tiger.
A cool animal. You don't get a lot of lambs.
Yeah, it's awesome. Even Parappa the Rapper, he's a dog. It's a lamb.
But people like dogs.
They could have easily made her a cat.
Yeah. I'm glad they didn't. The cat was actually the other member of her band, Catty Cat.
Her name's Catty Cat.
I think it's Catty Cat.
Huh.
Catty Cat and Muson.
That's like the big bear dude, right?
The drummer. I don't know what the fuck he's supposed to be. He's like a weeble.
Yeah, it's really weird. What's your favorite stage from the game, real quick? Your favorite level?
Dude. You're basically asking me what my favorite song from the game is because they're so intrinsically tied with each other, the songs and the stages.
The songs in Jammer Lammy, when I first heard them, I didn't like them at all because I was used to the fucking musical masterpiece that is the Guitar Man soundtrack, which, holy shit, if you haven't listened to the Guitar Man soundtrack, it is legit one of the best game soundtracks of all time.
Download it right now. I promise you're going to love it.
It's all on YouTube. Just listen to it. It is fantastic. So I was used to really good melodies and just sick fucking guitar from Guitar Man. So when I hopped into Jammer Lammy, because you and I have a thing for music and getting into more experimental stuff. Only after I've listened to Troutmaster Replica and Ween and all that crazy shit have I come to a conclusion or come to a realization, I should say, that Lammy's soundtrack is pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's fucking great. It's so different from everything else.
Nothing else sounds like it. It's completely unique visually and just musically. It's something that nobody could ever make again. You really can't remake Lammy because, you know, like even like the graphics engine, like you said earlier with the voice acting and
the way that the sound is compressed to fit on the PS1 disc.
And yeah, you can't remake Lammy, especially the music. It is really strange, and you might not like it at first, but after just kind of, it's almost mesmerizing because you keep playing it, and like it's hard, and these visuals are fucking with you because they're so weird, and it becomes like this weird mental state when you're playing Lammy. And you get into the groove.
Listening to the Jammer Lammy soundtrack is like getting a massage from a really big hairy dude. Like at first you're gonna be like, oh man, this is weird, it's pushing me in all the wrong ways, I feel uncomfortable.
It's nasty.
But then you let yourself enjoy it because you realize you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's a good rub.
And yeah, it's a good rub down. You feel great afterwards.
So yeah, what is your favorite level if you just had to choose?
The Plane Dude.
Plane,
that is a sick metal song.
That is actually a really good song. I like the lyrics a lot. Ween as fuck.
Yeah.
Total Ween song right there.
I could see that being on Chocolate and Cheese.
Totally. Yeah, I can totally see that. I might have to agree with you on that one. I just really like that level. The weirdest one is the puking baby centipede level.
Oh yeah, that Lammy totally scratches out a baby's eyes, pretending that baby is a guitar.
Oh shit.
Well, we're gonna get onto that when we get onto abilities and stuff. But
we're getting a little off track here.
Yeah,
we're still on appearance, and you know, I think we've said what we had to say. She's really cute.
One more thing I want to say, for the time, for the graphics available to them, Lammy is so expressive.
She really is.
I mean, we're looking at, this is around the same time that like Ocarina of Time came out, and faces were really just placid.
Was it really around that time?
Yeah.
Lammy came out.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I think Lammy came out in 1999.
Oh my god.
Around that time. So I guess like Metal Gear Solid would be the closest comparison as far as expression goes. And that was all in the voice acting. Lammy had these huge eyes. The cartoon aesthetic let them really push her expressions.
Yeah, knowing that it's from that time period, I have a way bigger appreciation for the art direction.
Yeah. And, you know, Parappa couldn't even express through his face as well as Lammy could.
Yeah, you look up pictures of Lammy and you see all sorts of different faces and shit. You look up Parappa the Rapper, it's pretty much just
a happy little dog guy.
Nothing wrong with him, but...
Yeah, nothing wrong with Parappa the Rapper at all. I love that series.
Never played it. I really should.
If you like Lammy, it's the same gameplay.
I've played all the other games, so... Well, yeah, I like Lammy a lot. I think she's very cute. You could argue she's like a furry character, but not really. She's so... You know, she's got such like a distinct art style going on. She's very cartoony. I wouldn't really.
Yeah, she doesn't quite have like a snout or anything like that.
Like I said earlier,
little lamb nose.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I didn't know she was a lamb at first. I thought she was just a cute girl until I noticed the nose and whatever. But yeah,
we're gonna talk a lot about other characters, and some of them might be furry characters, and neither of us are furries, so usually that's gonna be a hit to your appearance. Mm-hmm. Lammy doesn't have that.
Yeah.
She totally makes it work.
Yeah,
I like her little horns. I like her little lamb nose. It just adds to the cute factor rather than detracts.
It is a design that should have been iconic and should have been well respected throughout, you know, gaming, but it's just not. And then it's really unfortunate because it is a really, really nice design. I'm going to give her a 7.
Cool. I'm giving her an 8. I actually really like Lammy's design.
Yeah,
I feel like we missed out not having more Lammy games.
Totally. And, you know, I feel like her in-game model looks a little more gross than, you know, cover art and stills and stuff like that.
That has more to do with the way that they had to compress the artwork for the PS1.
Yeah, she can look pretty dumb at times, but if anything, that adds to her. Yeah, I was about to say, we're getting into personality, so let's just go ahead and keep this conversation rolling. But yeah, she's kind of dumb.
She's spacey. She's prone to accidents.
I think she's schizophrenic.
She has some mental stuff going on.
Well, I think everyone in the Lammy universe has some mental stuff going on. I think she could be autistic as well. Everything's fucking crazy in this world.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure it's autism, but she definitely suffers from low self-esteem. She is very nervous around other people, except when she has a guitar in her hand.
There are characters that doubt themselves and have the whole, I can't do anything, you know, whole personality, and usually I hate it.
Yeah.
But with Lammy, she is so talented, and she's legit actually really cool. Like you said, when she has a guitar in her hand, when she's in the right space, she's awesome. So I think it only adds to the cute factor when she does doubt herself. It's less of an annoying thing and more of like, oh, come on, you know you can do it. You're fucking Lammy.
Yeah. And
it doesn't piss me off like it would with other characters.
And I like that about her because we've all been there. We've all been in situations where we're like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. These people think I can handle this, but she's able to, you know, have that confidence if she's in the correct mindset. Yeah. She has to pretend like something's a guitar. You know what? That's how she handles the problem. You may handle it differently. Maybe it's a fishing pole for you. Yeah. Maybe it's a stripper pole for you. But you gain your confidence in some way and you make it happen. And Lammy does that. Let's talk about Lammy's weirdness a little bit. I like the way that she speaks in a really strange cadence.
I love the fucking gas station. That's one of my
favorite line in the entire game.
That's one of my favorite lines in gaming history. That for me, that's up there with like Resident Evil 1 dialogue.
Symphony of the Night.
Symphony of the Night. Yeah. It's up there. It's so funny.
There's a lot of great dialogue on PS1 games.
Yeah, it was in that area where dialogue was new and nobody really knew how to like voice act.
Just having the voice acting in the game was enough. It didn't have to be good.
Yeah.
That being said, though, she was voiced by a celebrity.
Was she? You mentioned this the other day, but you never told me what celebrity voiced her.
Sarah Ramirez.
Never heard of her.
I haven't heard of her outside of Lammy, but apparently she was a Broadway actress.
Damn.
Who was in a few soap operas. So, you know, good on them getting a legit actress.
I would totally watch a Broadway if the main character had Lammy's voice.
I would totally watch a Lammy Broadway production. How expensive would that be? How many people? It would have to kill more people than the Spider-Man Broadway.
Oh, way more people. Whoever's playing the fucking milk can girl, she's gonna.
Which one? Catty Cat?
Yeah.
Is she gonna die?
I think she's gonna be like the Spider-Man. I think she would die a lot.
I feel like a lot of people would die during the airplane scene because they'd have to crash a real airplane into the audience.
Yeah, it's Lammy. You'd have to go to the extreme.
Speaking of going to the extreme for Lammy, one aspect of her personality that's kind of subtle. Mm-hmm. At one point, Lammy dies and she goes straight to hell.
Oh yeah, she goes to like.
So this girl sins.
Yo, she sins like hell. Yeah, she goes right to hell. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, in the American version of the game, she goes to an island that just happens to look like hell and have hellish creatures. But in the original Japanese, it's clearly hell.
Damn.
So she's not afraid to sin a lot. One thing that I really like about Lammy's personality is the fact that she's super creative.
Very.
Most of the game actually takes place in her mind. She kind of fantasizes that something she's holding is a guitar. Mm-hmm. And launches into this dream sequence that you play most of the game into.
Which is why I think she's schizophrenic. I think she might be fucking insane.
There are a lot of indicators that she's actually insane.
Yeah. But I think everyone's insane in this universe. I mean, just look at it.
They are. Or maybe it is the real world and that's just how Lammy sees it. She's a normal, like, college-age girl who's in a band and she's just fucking crazy.
Yeah, that could be it.
Maybe
as well.
She's been on like a meth bender for months.
Ooh, I don't want to go there. I like Lammy.
we're digging into some deep lore.
So you've had quite a lot to say about her personality. You really dug deep and you got into some areas where I never really thought I would even think about. I had her at a 5. It was a strong 5 because I really like her, but you bumped it up to a 7.
Really?
Yeah, 7.
Wow.
I like her personality a lot. It's super unique and you really got to dig deep to find out all the clues. She's an intriguing character.
Good point. I gave her an 8, actually.
Nice.
Again, I really like the fact that she's somebody you can relate to because she has the low self-esteem, but she also improves over the course of the game. She becomes a better person. She believes in herself, but she never loses that spaciness to her personality, her weirdness.
The one major thing she has going for her that to me, it's the most important thing about any character ever. She remains entertaining. Throughout the entire story, she remains the focus. She's entertaining. Whenever she's on screen, I am intrigued to what shit she's going to get into. She does not bore me one bit.
It would be easy to get bored or at least get confused by all the crazy things going on your screen, but she really helps anchor you.
Not only that, but this is a rhythm game. They didn't have to make a character at all, really, for her.
Yeah, she could have been a Parappa the Rapper clone. Just a girl Parappa.
Yeah, you don't... like, rhythm games, of all genres, that's, like, the one game where you don't really need a main character.
You know, we think that now because we've played, Rock Band and Guitar Hero, DJ Hero, all those games. But back in the day, mascots were huge.
Yeah.
And you kind of needed a character to put on your cover that would attract people.
I don't know if these are... I don't know if I mean this. I don't know if these are big words. I think Lammy's design is, like... Should be respected up there with, like, Sonic and shit.
I don't know about that. Sonic has a perfect design.
Sonic's design is perfect from, like, a design standpoint.
Old school Sonic.
But I don't know. I like, when I imagine a picture of all, like, the old classic video game characters, I want to see Lammy up there with them.
I would like to see that too. Yeah, I think she's got a very good, solid design. That 90s design mentality. Something about the 90s. People were making shit like Beavis and Butthead, Celebrity Deathmatch. She fits into the MTV
really
aesthetics.
Does. You know how whenever we start talking about things again, something new comes from that thing?
Yeah.
This is a weird thing between David and I. Whenever we get into something new, like let's say we get into Baki.
Yeah.
We get into Baki, all of a sudden there's a live action Baki movie coming out next week. That, like, shit like that happens to us all the time. How much you in a bet right after we put out this episode, Lammy is, like...
playable in Smash.
Not playable in Smash. That's going too far. I'm saying, like, what if she's in, like, the next, like, Sonic racing game or something? Or she appears in something or other.
I mean, I would be so happy to see anything Lammy related come out again.
Me too.
All right, Lammy is a talented girl.
Super talented. Great at guitar, but that's, the obvious one.
I wouldn't say it's quite so obvious. Getting into her abilities a bit, Lammy is such a good guitarist that she is able to improvise on the spot with different bands throughout the course of the game, totally different musical genres.
Yeah. And
she's able to solo through them, do whatever she wants. So she utilizes her guitar in a way that, it's like talking to her. It's a part of her body almost.
And a lot of the times it's not even a fucking guitar.
Yeah.
And she makes it sound good.
Most of the time, yeah. She's holding a fire hose or a baby.
She can make a crying baby sound good. That's, like, the most impossible task.
By scratching its eyes out, like I said earlier. See, we've come full circle.
Yeah, look at that. Could we talk about how fucking fast she is? She is faster than a fucking wanted leopard. She is in and out like a demon's whisper. Do you remember when she was running for the fucking bathroom?
Holy shit, yeah, I forgot.
She's fast as fuck.
And she was making up the excuse about not being able to get into the gas station.
So, quick thinking. She's running that fast, making her like a fucking superhuman. She's like Captain America tier.
Let me take what you just said and throw it back at you. She is a fast learner. She landed a plane on her first
She
try.
landed a fucking plane.
She doused a burning building. She helped birth thousands of babies.
Real quick, my score is going up. Holy shit, Lammy is gonna be high up.
Yeah, put her in any situation and have her imagine she's holding a guitar and she will fucking nail it.
Not only will she nail the guitar and make a sick fucking alternative rock song, but she's probably going to save some lives and pull some fucking rocket science shit out of her ass.
And that's the thing. Mind over matter is what the actual, in real life, ability is called. Mm-hmm. Repeating something in your mind to the point where it happens in reality. That's what Lammy does. She turns everything into a guitar solo and she fucking nails it. And I think that is a power.
Holy shit. It's
cartoon
cool
logic,
yeah.
Of course. It's taking something that people do in real life, just telling yourself, I can do this. And she is turning it, cartoonizing it, so to speak, and turning it into... I think Lammy could do anything.
I think so, too.
She has potential out the ass. And...
my score's going up again. I mean, I hate to just keep putting the score higher and higher, but it's true. Everything you're saying is true. Yeah, I can't deny
Lammy
it.
Is fucking awesome. So I don't have much more to say there. She's great.
And if Lammy's your girlfriend, can you imagine the fucking benefits from her genius intellect and like fucking ability to just traverse any obstacle she pleases?
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah. You would be on top of the world. She would be the best girlfriend.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel like she would be very
she would
devoted and caring, but also adventurous. And this is just me reading too much into it, but that's what our podcast is about. I'm giving her an 8 for abilities. I think she has so much potential, and while she's not doing anything world-ending, I think she could.
Yeah, holy shit.
She escapes hell.
Yeah, she escaped hell. Well, keep in mind, she went to hell.
She went to hell and played a concert so good that they just faxed her back to real life. In a fax machine.
Was it in a fax machine?
Yeah, it was a fax machine.
Holy shit. Yeah, you took my 6 to an 8. So it's going to be an 8 for me in abilities as well. Role, I don't have too much to say about.
So, Lammy is the lead guitarist for Milk Can, the best fucking fictional band ever. Okay, Gorillaz is a fictional band. Fuck you.
Milk Can.
Milk Can puts out hit after hit after fucking hit.
Yeah. Everyone in this entire town loves them. Also, I'm sorry I curse a lot. I add like a fucking as shit in like every sentence.
Yeah,
I apologize.
It's fine. Some people, that's just how you talk, man.
Yeah. I just feel bad.
There's nothing wrong about words.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, she's the lead guitarist for Milk Can, but for us playing the game, she's, like I said earlier, she's a self-insert for shy creative types. Mm-hmm. You don't see a lot of those in video games. You get indie movies and shit about shy creative types because those are the people making movies, but video games, they're kind of rare.
And usually with these shy creative type characters, they go way too dramatic, and I know we're talking about dramatic and I'm Jammer Lammy, but don't you feel like they go a little too far and make them too, like, no, nervous?
They're too tortured. I mean,
yeah.
Look at this new Joker movie coming out. Most people think that is what a tortured artist should be like. Somebody who's just like going fucking nuts and they end up killing people because they could never, get the respect for their art that they needed.
Lammy's very realistic. She has a very realistic amount of stress. And I think her stress along with the crazy environments going on around her, it's reminiscent of real life. When you are a creator and you are stressed and you're going through creative distress.
Will they like me? Will I fuck up my performance?
All that mental shit going on. In real life, it kind of feels like that. You kind of lose track of your surroundings. Everything gets all weird, and you're just doubting yourself, and you got to try to find a way to grasp a hold of your situation. Not all of us can do that. Lammy can, though, because she believes in herself.
Man, if you, the listener, want to feel good about yourself, get like a positive jolt, go ahead, go on YouTube, and watch the final song from Jammer Lammy. That will put you in such a good mood. You will feel so positive. Yeah, she's a self-insert, which that is usually a bad thing. You don't normally want to do that unless you have a really compelling reason to. Mm-hmm. I think Jammer Lammy does it well. I'm giving her a 7 for a role. Like I said, there's not a lot to talk about, but I feel good playing as Lammy, and I like the fact that she is kind of just this shy, creative guitarist.
Lammy was very easy to make generic, but they didn't. They totally made her a super interesting character. But as far as her role goes, I'm gonna give her a 5 because there, like you said, there's not much going on there.
I can understand that. I'm not gonna fight that at all. This is clearly my preference peeking through because I am a shy creative type, I guess. Mm-hmm. I see a lot of myself in Lammy.
I can totally get that. Yeah, I like the name Milk Can.
Milk Can's a great band name. Who thought of that?
Wait, if we were to form a band, would we legally be allowed to take the name Milk Can? Because I don't think there are any other bands named Milk Can.
Jammer Lammy is copyrighted, and I guess all of the ideas and stuff therein are copyrighted. Yeah. But I'm not quite sure. I mean, Scott Pilgrim was able to get away with having bands called Crash and the Boys and all that shit. So, I don't know. If we have a lawyer who likes to listen to this, can you... let us know, because we will totally form Milk Can.
Yeah, because one of our fucking 5 viewers of this episode is going to be a damn lawyer.
You never know. Lawyers are cool.
But you know what's cooler than lawyers? You know what's cooler than the government and the law?
I don't know if anything's cooler than the law.
Fetish potential's cooler than the law.
You make a good point.
Yeah, we're getting on to the most important part of the show.
Let's get the obvious thing out of the way.
Yeah, she's a flat girl.
A flat girl?
Yeah, she's like a flat paper girl.
Oh, I thought you meant like breast size. She's like actually paper thin, except for her feet, which are 3D polygon models.
Really?
Yeah, apparently it was easier to animate her walking if they gave her 3D
That's why
feet.
her legs are always doing weird shit.
Yeah, she's always twisting and turning in the wind.
Holy shit.
But yeah, you're right. I didn't even write that down. She's like a paper girl.
Yeah, that is totally a weird... I don't get that fetish at all, but some people like girls that are flat like paper.
More power to them. When I was thinking the obvious thing, I was thinking she's an animal.
Yeah, of course. That was the first thing I wrote down too, but I had to be funny.
She is kind of a punk rocker. I know a lot of people like that outfit. You know,
I like the outfit a lot.
A lot of the fan art give her like tongue piercings and stuff like that, and I could totally see. I mean, maybe not the official Lammy having that, but she's the type of girl who would maybe, you know,
I could totally see that.
Maybe a couple tattoos, piercings, heavy eyeliner, makeup. If you're into that kind of girl.
I feel like if you're into audio/visual overstimulation and just like crazy shit going on, I think you might be into Lammy.
I don't know if that's a real fetish though, is it?
Yeah, that's a fetish. Just overstimulation of the senses.
If you say so.
That's
that
really
logic,
reaching, but
by that logic, you could say she's kind of a drug girl because everything is like an acid trip around her.
I had hippie girl written down with a question mark. I guess I was.
I don't quite get the hippie vibe from her. Like I said
it's
in the beginning of the
the
show, it's more bubblegum punk. I think that was kind of a movement that went on in Japan. Mm-hmm. You had like the really girly, cutesy things, but with some attitude. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm getting from Lammy more. I could see the hippie thing, especially because she's drawn a lot of the times with like sleepy eyes. It's almost like she's stoned all the time.
Yeah.
I would say stoner girl before I say hippie girl.
Yeah, I feel like that was kind of the direction they were going with. But maybe you can't tell. You can't tell if this game was made on drugs or it was just super fucking creative. And...
I'm leaning towards super fucking creative. I just think, you know, Frank Zappa always said you don't need drugs to be really creative.
Which is true.
And I get that vibe so much from him generally. I mean, it just seems like they were given this budget. Hey, you know what? Parappa the Rapper's a hit. Go fucking nuts with your next game.
God, I never thought that the fucking Jammer Lammy episode of our Waifu podcast would be bringing up fucking Zappa's philosophies on music. This is awesome.
Okay, there's one I wanted to talk about that I think is kind of a bigger subject. And I'm only going to talk about it briefly here, but I told you I had an idea of what this game was about.
Yeah.
And this goes into fetish potential.
Does it?
I've been theorizing since I first played the game that the entire game, the story and everything, is a metaphor for female masturbation.
Go on.
Well, again, I could go on and on about this, but there are many, many little things in the story that lead me to believe this. Little bits of character dialogue is very suggestive. Almost everything Lammy ends up pretending to be a guitar is phallic-shaped. There's at least one point in the story where...
What the fuck's a phallic?
A penis.
Oh, okay.
There's at least one point in the story where she pretty explicitly offers a person a blowjob for a ride to her concert.
Does she?
Yeah, Chuck, the beaver guy. When she needs a new guitar and a way to get to her concert, and she's like, "I'll do anything for it," and he's like, "Anything?" And then she looks up at him with these big sparkling eyes, and she's like, "Uh-huh." And it's like, "Oh shit, it's getting pretty obvious."
Yeah.
There are some lyrics, especially in the final song, like "She's on the border now." There's just some really like. I might be reading too much into it, but it seems like there's something there.
Dude, you can't... Yeah, it's not like you can't read into Lammy too much. Lammy reads into itself.
Yeah, I mean, there's even the fact that all of the people that she ends up performing with throughout the game, they're kind of male authority figures.
Yeah.
And their lyrics are very, very suggestive. I would say go back in, play the game again. If you guys really want me to go into detail about this theory, hell, I'll put in a special extra podcast, just 10 minutes of me explaining my weird-ass Lammy masturbation theory.
If anyone even gives a shit about this episode, if anyone even listens to this shit, and it, go ahead.
It'd be fun.
It's interesting.
Anyway,
I don't know if that's what they were going for, but I do.
Most likely not, but I think somebody was putting something in there.
Yeah.
I'm giving her an 8 in fetish potential. There's a lot going on.
I gave her a 6. She's got some interesting stuff, like the flat girls and like the furry, whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of people are into Lammy. There's a lot of wonderful fan art of Lammy and stuff, so people are definitely into her. I think she's great. Just a step above, average. It's good.
I think I gave her more points because I tend to like weird girls more.
Do you? I think I like weird girls way more than you.
I don't think so. I think you don't really understand the kind of person that attracts me. It's you think I'm into nerdy girls.
Yeah.
I'm really not. I'm just into a girl that has a lot of personality and is into some strange stuff. A girl that can surprise me a lot.
Okay. Yeah,
Lammy totally meets all that criteria. I like her.
Too. I like the game a lot. I think everyone owes it to themselves to at the very least, just like watch like the first level on YouTube or something. Yeah. Of course, you should play it or listen to the soundtrack or just go ahead and watch all the.
You can watch the entire game in less than an hour. It's a short game.
And if anything at all, it's visually interesting and it's different compared to anything you're gonna see.
Yeah.
But if you really look into it and you care about understanding this really weird and beautiful piece of gaming culture that kind of got forgotten, you really owe it to yourself to watch or play someone Jeremy Lammy. And while we're talking about it, also fucking Guitar Man, please do that.
I'd like to do a Guitar Man episode, but the only girl in that game
kind of sucks.
Yeah. I mean, we could do it, but
nah,
there's not much to talk about.
Okay, I don't really want to talk about
Guitar Man is about the music.
Yeah, it's all the music. With all that said, I came out with a final score of 33 out of 50. I feel like my final score should have been way higher because I really like Lammy, but the notes are the notes. The final score I got is, in fact, the final score.
I actually bumped her up a lot. If I didn't bump her up that much, you might have gotten a weaker score.
Yeah, she started out with a 29 out of 50 at first, but because, you had a way with words, I'm at 33 now, which I feel like is way more respectable. I came into this
33 is right. It's a little above average.
Yeah. I came into this episode thinking, it's just going to be a funny episode where we talk about Lammy, but this is probably my favorite episode we've done so far. I feel like we just got a lot of
it's been a fun conversation.
Out. It's been a really fun conversation, and I like Lammy way more than I thought I did.
Yeah, same here. I ended up giving her a 39 out of 50.
That's very high.
That's pretty damn high. I didn't know Lammy was a waifu, but she totally is.
Yeah, she absolutely is.
So
holy shit.
She has a total score of 72 out of 100.
Holy shit, Lammy's high.
Lammy's high up there.
Oh my god, I can't believe that. God damn. Well deserved. Totally well deserved in every way.
Where would you take her on a date? Where do you take the lead guitarist of Milk Can on a date?
I would give her. I would slip her a good $10. I'd give her $10.
Okay, that's a lot of money for a lamb.
Yeah. I would take her to the gas station, and I'd let her pick out whatever she wanted.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It kind of segues into my date.
Really?
Yeah. I was actually going to give her dinner at the gas station.
Oh, gas station dinner.
Yeah, gas station dinner. Like, go to a Wawa and get some hoagies.
Hell yeah.
Maybe a milkshake.
Yeah, I fucking love Wawa.
And then I'd take her home. Maybe to her place. Maybe to mine, because it's a little cleaner. And then I'd put on...
Damn, bitch, you live like this? Lammy's house is probably a fucking wreck.
No, we see her house. It is a fucking wreck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's got like a fire going on in the corner that she's never put out. So I'm taking her back to my place. I'm going to put on the Cardigans, maybe not First Band on the Moon, but probably Emmerdale or Life, what the really girly albums, because I feel like she's got a girly side that she likes to explore a bit.
Yeah.
And then I would cheer her.
You would... yeah.
I would romantically cheer Lammy.
What the fuck? Holy shit, that's...
And turn her wool into a... and I would turn her wool into an awesome beard cover to keep my beard safe during the harsh winter months. You would make a fucking wool cap and you would shear Lammy. Yeah, I'm not shaving Lammy, I'm shearing her. Yeah. When you shave a sheep or a lamb, it's called shearing. I know. I know what shearing is. So we're listening to poppy tunes. I'm shearing her. My beard is nice and warm now. You took gas station dinner. Yeah, we got some nice Wawa hoagies digesting away. It sounds like a clean night to me. Oh, dude, that's probably the funniest thing I've heard in 2019. I'm not. I should be laughing more, but you just appreciate it. That's so funny. I can just sit here and appreciate how funny of a joke that was. I'm happy. Does she beat Nami for Waifu for Laifu? Okay. This one is actually a little tough. I love Nami as a character so much. She is just fantastic. You saw the Nami episode. If not, go back and watch it. You know that we respect and love Nami
we hold her so high. She is such a fantastic, just great character.
Fucking amazing character.
Character is the key word here. Because as a girlfriend, I think Lammy beats Nami for waifu for laifu.
So now it falls on me and my decision.
Yeah. I believe that Lammy would be the better girlfriend. I think that you would get more out of I believe you would get more out of Lammy, and I believe she would get more out of you, especially you with like your music taste and shit. But
yeah,
I respect Nami. She's fucking awesome.
But,
but I like Nami more as a character than I do a waifu. She is a waifu.
To be clear, are you saying that for you, Lammy beats Nami?
Yes.
Okay, and I have to agree if this is going to change. And I'm putting everything together.
Because, it's so tense. Because I
know,
like,
man.
I think Nami's more attractive and stuff, and I think Nami has like way more going on, more qualities. But if we're talking who I want to have as my waifu, if we're talking strictly dating here, I have to go with Lammy. It's so tough and weird because I did not expect for it to take this turn.
And just so you guys know, just because certain characters get higher scores than other characters does not mean that they would necessarily make a better girlfriend or not. It's all subjective.
Obviously, I like Nami more, like way more, but this is the waifu for laifu segment. The title says it all.
Yeah.
So it's all you.
Well, I mean, I've considered everything. Unfortunately, Nami is Nami.
Yeah.
But Lammy's just better. I'm giving it to Lammy. She's our new waifu for laifu.
There it is, guys. Nami finally got beat, and I'm shocked.
It was Lammy all along.
It was fucking Jammer Lammy that beat fucking Nami. What the hell? We finally did it. Dude, before we started recording this episode, I was gonna tell you, I was like, hey, David, next episode, could we do someone who's gonna beat Nami? Because I feel like it's getting the waifu for laifu segment is stale now because Nami's been winning over and over and over again. This was an unexpected turn.
Yeah,
I was writing my notes for this episode, not expecting any of this to happen.
Yeah, I'm just as surprised as you.
Wow.
In the beginning of the podcast, I was thinking, yeah, she's not going to beat Nami. There's just not enough.
I wasn't even expecting
it's a 30-minute long PS1 game. And we're comparing that to the over 1,000 chapters of One Piece and Nami's character development, and yeah, Lammy would make a better girlfriend.
She would. I don't feel like I was about to go ahead and gush and over explain myself again, but we've said that needs to be said. Lammy, the lamb.
She's an animal too. That's weird.
It's weird. Because I'm not a furry, but it's so weird that she gets this spot.
Are we a furry podcast now?
No, we're not.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with furries. I sounded really aggressive when I said no.
You know what? Most furries I've met have been cool fucking people.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with furries at all. I'm just personally not into it, and I find it just strange that our waifu for laifu is technically a lamb. What the fuck? Thank you all for watching, everyone. We hope you enjoyed this episode. We had a lot of fun recording this one. If you want to follow us on Twitter, that is waifu_podcast. If you want to email us, our email is waifutrashpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to support us and show your love and care, our Patreon is Your Waifu Is Trash. We thank you all for watching again. You're the best. David, any last words?
I just really want a hoagie from a gas station.
I like gas stations.
Gas stations are just great restaurants in general.
Yeah?
Let's go to Wawa.
Do it for her.